Davies, politician and racing lover. You did a world famous speech that went viral, sticking up really for both bookies and punters. Um, uh, uh, People right across my life sent that went on every WhatsApp group. I bet you got some good feedback on that one, didn't you?
I did actually, and yeah, I was mainly sticking up for punters because in lots of the debates about betting, there's sort of the bookmakers have their big lobby group, and the anti-gambling people have their big lobby group, and no one asks the punters what they think, and things are done to them against their wishes. So I wanted to speak up for punters.
Oh, right. Okay. Good stuff. Well, look, well done, you. It was a fabulous speech. Now, are you ready for your top 10?
Yeah, go on.
Here we go. Who or what type of person inspires you?
People with integrity, people who stick up for what they believe in. I massively admire people who were prepared to put their head above the parapet and say what they think, even when it's unpopular. I find those people inspiring.
Okay. What brought you into racing?
My mum really she owned a betting shop when I was growing up as a youngster, and so it was compulsory in our household to be interested in horse racing. My granddad was a big horse racing fan as well. He owned horses with Jack Berry when he first started out training, and I used to go to the races with my granddad every Saturday from about the age of 10. So it was a family thing to be interested in horse racing.
A good start there. And what book or film do you take with you that you've taken the most from?
Oh gosh, I love reading books. I've literally got thousands of books. To be honest, it's usually the book that I read last that I get the most from, probably because I'm a man. And the last book I read was Liz Truss at number 10, How Not to Be a Prime Minister by Anthony Seldon. And I would say that if anybody is a budding prime minister, they should read that book because Anthony Seldon sets out the things that you must and must not do if you want to be a good prime minister. And unfortunately, Liz Truss failed every single test he set.
Here we go. Right. Oh dear. Right now, who was your political mentor? Everybody needs someone to give them a leg up. Who was your political mentor?
My political mentor was an MP called Eric Forth, who was the MP for Bromley and Chislehurst when I first got elected in 2005. Unfortunately, he died of cancer a year later, but even though I only knew him for a year, we became the firmest of friends, and I still miss him today. And Eric basically showed me the ropes when I first got into Parliament, and I will always be grateful to him for that.
He taught you that. That's everybody needs a good mentor, and we never forget them. What would you do if you were in charge of racing, Philip Davies?
Gosh, what a big question. How long have we got?
Yeah.
I think it needs to be completely, the structure needs to be redesigned. There's too many vested interests who are basically on the board of the BHA, and so nothing can ever get done because all of these diverse interests basically have a veto over everything, and nothing ever therefore changes. And I think you need to have an independent board. The other thing, one of my other pet hates is I hate watering. I hate the watering of racecourses all the time, where you end up with false ground. I used to own a horse that loved really fast ground, and we never got any fast ground because they were always watering all the time. So one of my bugbears is racecourses that do lots of watering.
I think every head of the BHA has always wanted to not have all these vested interests. Sadly, I think that comes with the job. What did you learn about yourself when you became a politician?
I think the main thing I learned was how little I knew about anything, to be perfectly honest. And when I first got elected and was doing advice surgeries, and people came to see me with their problems, and it's unimaginable some of the problems that people have that they want help with. I realised how little I knew. It was like, gosh, what on earth do I do here? Who do I go and see? What do I do? I learned how little I knew.
Good thing to know.
Yeah.
Where would you like to visit where you haven't been in the world?
Where I haven't been, I've been there. I would love to go back to Melbourne for the Melbourne Cup. I've been to Melbourne when the Melbourne Cup wasn't on. But where would I love to go that I haven't visited? India.
India.
Everyone always tells me that's been to India that it's their favourite country in the world, and I've never been, and I'd love to go to India.
What characteristics must a successful politician have?
thick skin and not to be put off by any abuse that they get, which is inevitable. I think integrity, courage, and just to be a people person. I think the most important thing is just being a people person and like it, enjoying meeting people and seeing people, because at the end of the day, politics is a people business.
Okay. And what's your favourite race course?
I think the most picturesque is Goodwood, but I've always loved Market Raisin, which I used to go to as a child in Lincolnshire, because you can stand anywhere around the racecourse and you can see all the way around.
Good answer. I always think you get a fantastic view at Cheltenham, best of all in Silvering, in the
Yes,
middle.
Cheltenham
Yes,
has a great view.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now, and then what are you scared of, Philip?
I'm scared of lots of things. I've got more phobias, I think, than anybody. I'm scared of heights. I'm petrified of heights.
Oh, really?
I'm petrified of snakes,
So am I. Yep.
and I've got a terrible claustrophobia.
Oh,
I hate being in a confined space. I can't stand it. So if there's a phobia going, I've pretty much got it. But they mainly relate to snakes, heights, and claustrophobia.
Philip Davies, thank you very much. We've got to know you a bit better.